Being separated from your family is one of the hardest parts of moving abroad. It's not only about missing holidays and birthdays. Long-term separation slowly affects mental health, emotional bonds, and even marriages. Many families feel stuck in limbo, doing life across borders, either because the legal process feels intimidating, confusing, or just simply out of reach. And that's exactly why these conversations matter. If one of your 2026 goals is to reunite with a family member who is legally living in Poland, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kiki Ostala and I love to talk about everything from study and productivity to lifestyle and travel. If that sounds like your vibe, click on the subscribe button and join the family. Let's dive in. Today, we're continuing with the series Temporary Residence in Poland, created specifically for foreigners who want to understand their legal options clearly without all the legal jargons. And for today's video, we're going to be focusing on family reunification, especially for those who already have a family member living legally in Poland and would like to be reunited with them under one roof. Now, while I'm a big fan of DIYs, I completely understand that the immigration process, especially when family is involved, can feel very overwhelming. I've had so many people ask me for trusted professional help, and one of my missions in 2026 is to make sure to plug you to the absolute best. That's why I'm grateful to the sponsors of today's video, Karta Pobytu.pl. Karta Pobytu.pl is a tool in Poland designed specifically to support foreigners with legalizing their stay. But it's more than just a platform. Behind it is a team of experienced specialists and immigration lawyers who manage the entire residence process from start to finish. But why is it different from every other platform? Because everything is fully online. You don't need to go anywhere or even understand Polish immigration laws. You simply log in, upload your documents, and track your case 24/7 from anywhere without literally leaving your couch. The project is backed by the Mobiral team, and if you work in a large company in Poland, you've probably heard of them. What really stands out is that your basic support costs up to 3 times less than most services on the market, and even that package already prepares you fully for your voivodeship appointment. Everything is available in the language of your choice: English, Ukraine, you name it. The part that I'm personally thrilled about is the positive decision or money-back guarantee. Guys, this one means that the specialist will support you until success at no extra cost. Even a free registration gives you access to helpful guides. And with my discount code GIGI, you get a 10% off all support packages. Run, do not walk to the website. The link is in the description box below. Now let's get into today's video. What is a Family Reunification TRC? A temporary residence card for family reunification lets a foreigner join close relatives who are legally in Poland. In simple terms, if your spouse, parent, or child is already living here under legal status, you can apply to reunite. Eligible family members include foreigner spouse and minor dependent children, including those adopted. For example, a wife and minor child can join a husband working or holding long-term permit in Poland. Now, let's look at those who qualify. You qualify as a spouse or dependent child of a foreigner who holds a valid permit like permanent residence permit, refugee status, or other qualifying stay in Poland. Parents of minor refugees under care can also reunite. Those not eligible for this include extended family members, for example, your siblings, grandparents, etc. Family reunification only covers members of nuclear family. Now, what are the application steps? If you're already in Poland, the applicant, that is the person whose family member is already living legally in Poland, applies directly in person to the local voivodeship office no later than the last day of their legal stay. You must then show up for your appointment, submit your fingerprints, etc. etc. If you're outside Poland, your family member applies on your behalf, then you get a visa after approval to enter into the country. Now, what are the required documents? Core documents include 1. The completed application form in Polish, your valid passport with copies, recent photos, and proof of relationship. It could be either the marriage certificate or birth certificate with Polish translations. You also need evidence that your sponsor in Poland can support you. So you need their residence permit, proof of stable income, so it could be their payslip or bank statement, valid health insurance, and also proof of housing in Poland. Lastly, a letter of consent from your family member, that is if they're applying on your behalf, is also needed. For example, let's imagine that Anya is a Ukrainian engineer who works in Poland with a valid work permit. Her husband and young daughter want to join her. Anya needs to submit a family reunification TRC on their behalf since they're outside Poland. To do that, she needs to provide their marriage and birth certificates, her job contract, payslips, and in addition to that, valid health insurance and proof of housing. Finally, her husband needs to travel to the Polish consulate for a humanitarian visa. Once the permit is approved, they then travel to Warsaw and finalize the residence card. Now let's discuss common mistakes. 1. Forgetting translation or apostilles on foreign documents. 2. Not demonstrating sufficient income or insurance. And lastly, missing deadlines. These are the common reasons for rejections. Additionally, officers double check that the relationship is genuine and the sponsor meets the requirements. So make sure that all the documents you submit are authentic. Also, be ready to answer questions about your marriage or child. For processing time and review, legally, the process should complete within 60 days after a complete application. However, in practice, it usually takes up to 1 to 3 months or even longer depending on where you applied. Officers' main focus is usually on the authenticity of your documents and relationship, as well as concrete proof. So, stable income or job for the sponsor, paid insurance, a real rental contract or home ownership for housing, and an up-to-date document. If everything is in order, then you get a decision either by mail or you'll be asked to collect it. To sum up, reuniting your family is not just a legal process, it's about restoring daily life together. And that's everything I have for you for this video. In the next video, we'll move on to business activity as a basis for temporary residence card, so make sure you're subscribed. If you've gained value from this video, consider liking and sharing it with someone who is in the process of reuniting a family member. And I'll leave you as always. Remember where you're coming from, remember where you are, and remember where you're going. Until the next episode, it's all shades of love.